all I want. Do you know how many of these little trucks I fixed up? I put 10 grand into my green and white crew cab. It's down around the hole there too. It's still there. The green and white one's still there. I put $10,000 into that truck quite a long time ago, and it's rotten. It's rotten again. I'm going to treat myself in a couple of years or whenever it happens. If YouTube keeps going good like this, I'm going to treat myself to a truck. I don't care where it is. I'm going to fly there from here. Me and Hogan, we're going to jump on a plane. We're going to find a 1967 to 72 Highboy, Ford Highboy, 4x4 single cab, 390 with a 4-speed. And that is going to be my treat for my efforts here at YouTube. That's going to be my treat. Probably be 20 grand. It'll probably be 20 grand. But I'm going to save up for it, and that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to drive it home. Yep. I'm going to do it. And you guys are going to come with me we're going to go on a journey. I'm going to do it. I don't know when, but I am going to do it. And you guys tell me if that would be fun or not. And guess what we would do all along the way? Of course we would. We would have meet and greets all along the way. Meet people from all over the place. Pull in with the 4x4. I think that's a good idea. I don't know what you guys think. But I'm going to do it. Oh my good Lord. Oh! What? Is that who I think it is? Oh my good graciousness. Thanks for always putting effort into your videos. You lift my heart and make my day brighter. Thanks for you. Oh my dear Lord.
Had to show that off. Hey, Pat. First time I've ever done this. Maybe the second. I was going to show you the starter. But, give me a second. But our bar oil tank was leaking. And leaked right into here, right out of the hose. So I put a screw in it. Good time to talk about this right now. So you get an impulse from the engine, comes in here, pressurizes this tank, and the filter's down. This is attached to the filter way down in here. That tank gets pressurized, squirts oil out here to the bar, and it was doing it way too much because my first fix, since the original connector was gone, I found a later model tank that had a connector in it. Same model tank, but slightly different connector. So we got a connector. My first attempt, the connector, I let the straight through portion be too open. There's a little duckbill valve in there. So I closed that portion off, and this other portion with that duckbill on there should reduce the pressure in here enough to make it more normal. It's my second attempt, but I think it's going to work. I have a high confidence. It's a high confidence. Got the starter going. Get that chain oil out of there. Clean something up, and then you just set something down, and something leaks all over it. So, there it is. There she be. This is from Georgetown Outdoor Power Equipment. Right over, what is it, 3rd Street? northeast of the square. Myrtle, yeah, Myrtle Avenue, 3rd. My first attempt at this starter was a miserable failure. Let's see if I still got it. Yeah, here it is. There it is. This rope I got from replacement parts. Supposedly the right. But it's a little bigger and it's squishy. So I got this knot in here and I burned it. And it hooks into this thing. There's a hole under there. But that knot just pulled right through that hole. I didn't make it big enough. I could have double wrapped it, but then it would have stuck out too much and interfered with the recoil spring. So I got this one. It's a little narrower gauge, but it's stronger. It's more compact rope. And it's in there. I made it a little, since it was smaller, it could fit into the groove better. I put more rope in it. You're less likely to go its full travel and yank it up. So there. So this I'll use on another deal. That's the oil tank. I can bar oil on a spark plug too. I'll just squirt some goop. I'll squirt some cleaner on that. Get the air gun on it. Now here's your carburetor. What happened is this gasket that was on here on the base was glued on there with some kind of really good glue, and I just, with a razor blade, with a razor, mostly, finally got all that shit off of there, stuff off of there. And now it's smooth and level as far as a straight razor will come across there. It's nice and smooth and even. But where it hooks up is here on the engine. It's out of the case, obviously. The engine connector. You got an intake boot, intake manifold. So I was getting the rest of this gasket off of here so I can put this new gasket on there, right? Nice, perfect, original OEM, beautiful. I was getting scraping this part of that dadgum gasket off, and a big chunk of it went right down. I don't know if you can see that. Let's see. Yeah, you can see it. Okay. A big part of that gasket, I plugged this hole up, like the spark plug hole and the exhaust port. I had it plugged up, but it fell out and I didn't put it back in there, and that big chunk of gasket fell right down in there past the reed valve. I almost had it, and then it snuck past that reed valve and right down in there. And we don't want that because it doesn't light on fire easily, and it would be stuck in there, and it would eventually get up in here and turn into a big chunk of carbon, either probably under the rings, and then score the cylinder and then run the engine. So I pulled this off to make sure I got that big chunk of goop out of there, the gasket material. And in getting this off, a big chunk of that gasket stayed with it's glued on as well. So I've got one of these gaskets on order. reed, it's supposed to sit flat, but it's riveted. But in it moves, it seals up against there when there's, it probably should sit flat, but when there's pressure, it minimal pressure, it seats. So I'll leave that. But so, so that was very. So anyway, so this will have a new gasket. This will have a new gasket, and it will go on there. The fuel line. The fuel tank is almost exactly like the oil tank. It has the one line out, comes out, goes straight to the carburetor. But this is not a vented cap. It on there. So if this is drawing fuel, well, you're creating a vacuum. And if you're doing any cutting, that vacuum is going to starve the carburetor of fuel. The way it's designed is to have that duckbill valve in there. So I got one, and I put a little gasket resistant to fuel, gasoline and such, a little goop in there, and shoved that in there so that the duckbill allows one way for air to go in and not fuel and stuff to go out. It's just going to go out here. New filter down there. I couldn't help myself. I cleaned out your muffler. Got it nice and clean. I got a new one of these. This goes on top. Or no, actually. Other way around. See? Easy to mess it up. This goes in there. And this goes on top of it. So it just rides in there. Kind of, it'll stick in there. But that's to prevent this filter material from getting sucked down into the carburetor throat and through everything. So you need this little doodad. Now, your chain, oh, this is it. It's all cleaned up, looking nice. The starter pawls are cleaned. Got a little lubrication on them. Here's your sprocket. Right? Oil comes out there for the bar and all that. And it was just coming out so much, it was just ridiculous. So, what little I did have it running, it was an air leak for sure under that carburetor. Now with the gasket under the carburetor and the gasket under that intake, we'll have that fixed. Of course, I got to scrape all that glue over. I don't know what they used. And some kid really gooped it on there. Now your chain has been hanging right there. It's hard to tell on these. Okay. Your chain, it does fit in there. So it fits nice. I don't know what I was thinking. I mean, it's not kinked or riding up like I thought it was. So this must, I'm thinking this sprocket fits this chain. It's the one you had on it. And so what we can do is measure that chain. Something I've been meaning to do. minute. Gonna move you just a minute. Just a little bit. There. Take our trusty deluxe Harbor Freight calipers. And we'll come to, now we're on inches. And so what we'll do is we'll measure 3 lengths. Measure 3 lengths best we can. And then so 0.758. 0.758. Maybe 0.75. So what's half of 0.75? What's half of 75? That's 35 plus 4. That's about 39. 39. And 3/8 is 0.375. 325 is 0.325. So it's way beyond a 325. Correct? Correct. Absolutely. It's only because I say so. Yeah, 0.73 maybe. Yeah, so 73 to 76. Call it 75. And then if you call it 75, that's 35 plus 2.5. That's 0.375. So we're there. It's a 3/8 chain. That's a 3/8 chain. Chain, and you got a 12-inch bar. That's right here. You got a 12-inch. Yeah. And it's a home light. Or no, this is an Oregon bar. Guard tip with a sprocket. It's a 120. 120. Yeah, it's 12 inch. And so you measure in front of the unit. Yeah, that's right around 12. Alright, right. Now this chain has seen better days. I don't even want to sharpen it. It's down so far. Some of those teeth are down so far. If I go to sharpening it, get the hook back in it the way it's supposed to be, should be. That would be crazy. So let's see something. All right, let's count these links, shall we? Yeah, sure. Let's count these. Now we got get it where we can count it by 2s. Yeah, perfect. And there's an odd one. Huh. It's an odd number. There's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 22, 24, 26, 28, 32, 34, 36, 38, 42, 44, 46, 48, 49 lengths. That's weird. All right, yeah, 2, 5, 6, So this is not the right chain for that. It's got 44 links. That's a 12-inch. And many other brands. So, I know this isn't the right chain. I think it'll fit on my pole saw. So, that's okay. Let's see here. Yeah, so it's a totally different chain. This ain't gonna work. That's just your regular 12-inch semi-chisel. Yeah, look at that. That ain't gonna work. So we get a 12-inch bar and a chain on it that's, I don't know, maybe, well, it fits even, it'll fit the sprocket. Feels nice on the sprocket, but I don't think it's gonna work. I think you get a 50 on the groove depth. So, yeah. It's not even come close to fitting. Looks nice though. When I sharpen a chain, it's sharper than this one straight out of the box. So I gotta work on a 49 link chain if I'm gonna match the old one as far as length. See, that one won't even fit over the bar. We know this one's out. Right. Okay, well, that's settled. Put that over here. That's 49 links. Yeah, throttle rod. That's 49 links. One thing about that oil, that bar oil, and that pressure in there, most of the time it's going to keep coming out of that thing until the pressure equalizes. And then it'll still dribble out a little bit because it goes downhill. It's just a little messy. You got to put a nice rag under it when you're done running it and let it settle down. So that's good. Now I guess I'll sharpen this chain. I'll look. I think I saw one on eBay Network. There's the case. Now, starter cover fits over on this side. And I gotta, that's the mount. The starter screws had bar oil all over them, so I put them in this dishwashing liquid. Da-da-da. Then we got Dawn dishwashing liquid. What's that other thing down in here? Piece of goober? It's just a goober. Okay. Let's get a rag. Sunday, what could be out there? Yeah. Yeah, I think that's HEB delivery. So these starter screws, if I take a hold of the best one, the least worn one. That might be it right there. I think it's this one. So that one's nice. I think this top middle one right here. Yeah. That feels kind of good. No, I still don't like it. I think what I'll do is I'll take this down. Somebody had put some, I put in blue Permatex Loctite, or blue Loctite rather. And that kind of held that stick in there a little bit. But my point I'm trying to make is that it's very possible that the screw itself is worn, as well as inside the hole on this front mounting starter mounting bolt. So I think what I'll do is I'll try and match the threads on that bolt and see if I can get a better thread. This is a self-tapping tapered thread. Well, it's already tapped, so if I can get this bulky thread up here, I think that'd be better. Because it's yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, we'll do that. And take your starter, put that back in there. Keep your mounting bolts there. There's your engine mounts and your engine mount screws. One of them's a Phillips, the other are, I think, replacements. I don't know if I can match that slotted screw or not, but it's nice. So this Phillips is a finer thread than these. Yeah, it's a throttle rod. One with a narrower deal goes down, wider goes up into the throttle. Now, speaking of cases, I found this handle cover. It's all one piece, but one of the hooky thingies is busted off of this replacement. It's just got the one hook right there. The other hook's busted. Yours are both busted, and the whole middle was busted out, and you had the duct tape around there. Well, I found this, so it hooks. It sets in there right. And I put one strengthening, reinforcing piece of black tape on there. That's beautiful. Well, that's good, that's good, that's good. Well, that's good. Speaking of mufflers and exhaust ports, where are you at? Right there? The piston, I doubt you can see in there. Let me see. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. But it's clean, it's not scored. On the skirt. And here you can see a little bit of scoring right above the rings, or I can. Got a little scoring on the top of it, but it's above the ring. So that's good. Any more scoring on anywhere else, and we would not be happy. Yeah, the ring's proud of the piston side of the piston, so as near as I can tell, that's it. All the carbon's cleaned out. Well, most of it is cleaned out, and so that it's clean. Muffler's clean, so little particles of carbon, not build up carbon, because it pulses. The whole thing just pulses all over the damn place. But if you get too much carbon here and one flake goes, it'll suck back into the combustion chamber and start scoring your piston. So that's clean. Pulled your clutch drum off. Just a little snap ring right there holding the washer, and then the sprocket, the drum. Underneath there's the clutch. Took that bearing out, put some high temp bearing grease in there, just to kind of so spark plug. Let's take care of that right now, because I'll forget about it. A brake cleaner. There. A brake cleaner. There. Better. Brake cleaner and air pressure. Smells good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Gasket. So this carburetor, as far as I know, I built it. Got new gasket, new diaphragm, metering. I don't have a way to test the pressure. I gotta get one of those. I need a pump up little pressure thing. And your one needle and your one